Hello and welcome to Dr. Carminati's channel. If you're new here, this is the place where we break down complex topics in AI, cybersecurity, and quantum computing in an easy-to-understand way. Today, we're diving deep into a fundamental shift in cybersecurity, Zero Trust Architecture, as defined by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, in Special Publication 800-207. Cyber threats are evolving rapidly, and the traditional ways of securing networks and data are proving insufficient. Organizations used to rely on perimeter-based security, assuming that once someone was inside the network, they could be trusted. However, cybercriminals have become more sophisticated, and insider threats are a genuine concern. This is where Zero Trust comes in. It flips the old model on its head, removing implicit trust and enforcing strict access controls, continuous monitoring, and real-time authentication for every single request. So, if you want to learn how organizations can protect their data in an age of increasingly sophisticated cyber attacks, stay tuned. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's jump in. At its core, Zero Trust is a cybersecurity framework that operates on a simple yet powerful principle. Never trust, always verify. That means no user, device, or application, inside or outside the organization's network, is automatically trusted. Instead, every request must be authenticated, authorized, and continuously validated before access is granted. This approach directly counters the outdated perimeter security model, where security was primarily focused on keeping external threats out. But today, attackers frequently bypass perimeter defenses through phishing attacks, malware, and exploiting vulnerabilities in outdated software. Once inside, they can move laterally through a network with little resistance, potentially accessing sensitive data undetected. Zero Trust eliminates these weaknesses by requiring strict verification for every interaction. So, how do organizations shift from a perimeter-based approach to a Zero Trust model? That's where NIST Special Publication 800-207 comes in. It provides a structured approach to implementing Zero Trust, defining key principles, best practices, and practical steps to enhance security in modern IT environments. Before we go further, let's talk about the organization behind this critical publication. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, is a U.S. federal agency responsible for developing security guidelines and best practices. NIST plays a crucial role in standardizing cybersecurity practices for government agencies and private organizations worldwide. NIST SP 800-207 was published in August 2020 in response to the increasing frequency of cyber attacks and the growing need for a more robust security framework. This document provides a roadmap for organizations to transition to a Zero Trust model, offering detailed guidance on policies, architecture, and implementation strategies. The NIST Zero Trust framework is built upon several core principles that define how security should be structured within an organization. All data and computing resources are considered assets. In Zero Trust, security is not limited to protecting just the network. Every data source, application, device, and system must be secured regardless of its location. No implicit trust, regardless of network location. Traditional models assumed that users inside a corporate network were trustworthy. Zero Trust treats all users as potential threats, whether they're accessing resources from inside an office or remotely. Least privilege access. Users and devices are granted only the minimum permissions necessary to perform their tasks. This limits the damage an attacker can do if a user's credentials are compromised. Continuous monitoring and verification. Instead of granting permanent access, Zero Trust enforces continuous validation. Every access request is evaluated based on user identity, device health, location, and behavioral patterns. Strong authentication mechanisms. Passwords alone are not enough. Zero Trust relies on multi-factor authentication, MFA, biometric verification, and identity-based security controls to ensure that users are who they claim to be. Microsegmentation and network isolation. Networks are divided into smaller segments to prevent attackers from moving freely if they gain access. This limits the potential spread of threats like ransomware. Implementing Zero Trust requires a well-planned strategy. NIST SP 800-207 provides a structured roadmap for transitioning to this new security model. Step 1. Identify the protect surface. Instead of securing the entire attack surface, focus on what truly matters: sensitive data, critical applications, and essential business systems. This is called the protected surface. Step 2. Map data flows and transaction paths. Understanding how data moves within your environment is crucial. Identify who accesses what data, from where, and under what circumstances. Step 3. Define zero trust policies. Develop strict policies that enforce least privilege access, continuous authentication, and segmentation. These policies should be based on user identity, role, device status, and location. Step 4. Implement identity-centric security identity and access management (IAM) solutions, such as multi-factor authentication (MFA) and single sign-on (SSO), help ensure that only authorized users can access sensitive resources. Step 5. Monitor, audit, and adapt. Zero Trust is not a one-time project. It requires ongoing monitoring and real-time analytics to detect anomalies, enforce policies, and adapt to evolving threats. While Zero Trust provides strong security benefits, implementing it is not without challenges. Legacy systems. Many organizations still rely on outdated software and infrastructure that lack support for modern authentication methods. Cultural resistance. Employees and IT teams may resist changes to access policies, viewing them as inconvenient or unnecessary. Implementation. Complexity. Transitioning to a zero-trust model requires careful planning, investment in new technologies, and restructuring of network security policies. Performance concerns. Frequent authentication and verification can introduce latency if not properly optimized. Despite these challenges, organizations that successfully implement zero trust gain a significantly stronger security posture against cyber threats, data breaches, and insider attacks. With the rise of cloud computing, zero trust is more relevant than ever. Cloud environments extend beyond traditional network perimeters, making perimeter-based security obsolete. Zero trust principles in cloud environments include identity-centric access controls. Cloud applications rely on identity verification to control access rather than network location. Micro-segmentation in the cloud. Dividing cloud workloads into isolated segments limits the spread of cyber threats. End-to-end encryption. Protecting data both at rest and in transit ensures that even if attackers intercept information, they can't read it. Zero Trust Network Access (ZTNA). Replacing VPNs with more secure dynamic access models that continuously verify user identities. NIST SP 800-207 lays out a clear, actionable roadmap for implementing zero trust. It's a necessary shift for modern organizations looking to protect themselves against evolving cyber threats. While the transition requires time, effort, and resources, the benefits far outweigh the challenges. By eliminating implicit trust, enforcing continuous verification, and applying strict access controls, Zero Trust provides a future-proof security model that aligns with today's digital landscape. So, what do you think about Zero Trust? Are you currently implementing it in your organization, or are you just getting started? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.